Today at Manchester Theatres, we are in for a treat because I am here with the fabulous Danny Collins, who is coming to the Royal Exchange from the 29th of November right through to mid-January for their Christmas production, Singing in the Rain. Now, you might recognise Danny from appearing in the film adaptation of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats, where he played Mungo Jerry, but he has also been a member of Matthew Bourne's New Adventures Company since 2009, where he's appeared in all the greats. We're talking Romeo and Juliet, Edward Scissorhands, Sleeping Beauty, The Nutcracker, and of course, Swan Lake. In other shows, he has appeared in 101 Dalmatians. He has been in Barnum, South Pacific. You name it, he's probably done it. So thank you so much for joining us today to talk about, one of the most iconic musicals like ever, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. My favorite musical as well.
Yes, it's one of mine.
Yeah.
It's definitely up there. So for anyone who has been living under a rock and might not know what it's about, tell us a little bit about the story.
So Singing in the Rain is about Hollywood. It's about Don, who's a massive silent screen star, and Lina Lamont, his co-star. And it's about the birth of the talkies. So these massive stars, these massive idols, and they are kind of the pin-ups of Hollywood. They're on these huge contracts. And then the jazz singer comes about and everything gets turned on its head, and all of a sudden these stars have to sing. And within that, the core story is also a young actress who's heading to New York to become a stage actor, comes back to Hollywood and meets Don, and they fall in love. And he's got his the main kind of drama is he's falling in love with Kathy, and he's also basically got to kind of have this fake romance of Lina, basically. Yeah. And there's a lot of comedy that is involved in that as well. And also Cosmo's he's the third member, and he's also like, I guess it's all about friendship and love, and who you can authentically be with, who you can be your authentic self. So a lot of the time we have Don being his kind of a film star presence, is how people want to see him and how he's contractually supposed to be. And then we have lots of scenes when he can be himself with Kathy and he can be himself with Cosmo. I think that's about it. And it's a musical. Lots of singing and dancing. Yeah.
Lots of singing and dancing. Yeah. I think that's the joy with this one, though, isn't it? Because there's so many different bits and pieces going on, and you've got all of this gorgeous kind of Hollywood glamour, but then like you get a sneak behind the curtain at it. But then it's also mixed with this true historical event that happened when all of these film stars suddenly had to not just rely on the looks, but discover, could they act, could they sing, could they
that's technique? The thing. Loads of them couldn't, you know. And there are cases of, I think it was Clara Bow. She was a massive film star, and then when she had to speak, she had a really thick Brooklyn accent, quite similar to Lina Lamont. Loads of these people, they lost their careers in reality. And then there's a lot of humor and a lot of comedy in these kind of scenes, but a lot of them are kind of based in fact. They'd have dialogue coaches come from Broadway and be teaching people how to speak properly, and then the studio would be assessing people's voices. So it would have been horrendous. Yeah. I think.
And of course, you play the fabulous Cosmo. So tell us a little bit about that character. I think one of the most underrated sort of characters, never given quite the oomph of some of the other big musical theatre characters out there. He's just fantastic, isn't he?
I think he is a secret favourite. He was always my favourite.
Yeah.
I used to watch Singing in the Rain with my mum all the time as a kid, and that was always the main thing that was the character I always wanted to play, even though he's kind of the sidekick role. But I loved it. Make him laugh. I watched that scene so many times, and I think it put me on a course just for goofing around as a kid and always trying to make people laugh myself. And I'm really lucky in this version. We've made it kind of my version of make him laugh, and the things that I'm quite funny, things that I find funny, and things my kind of like slapstick quirks. and Matt's done an amazing job of some kind of new orchestrations to support that. I'm really excited to show people that, because also Donald O'Connor was just a very funny guy, and Gene Kelly loved seeing him goofing around on set and gave him his number. So he gave him this number, and it's just a collection of things that he was doing around and about, making people laugh anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so wonderful, I think.
It is.
You
It
know,
is. And it's an unbelievable, like you've mentioned names there and you used to watch it. You're talking Gene Kelly, Donald O'Connor, Debbie Reynolds, Sid Charisse. I mean,
yeah.
these are like musical theatre giants. And you kind of almost have to go, okay, so I'm going to kind of take that off and just put it on the hat stand over there so it doesn't kind of go, oh, and weigh down on you that this is what you're taking on.
Yeah, it's quite surreal. We were doing Moses Supposes the other day, and we were like, I'm doing Moses Supposes. It's really, it's wonderful, and it is strange to be singing these songs. But this production's, I mean, there's been productions that have been really super true to the film. It's almost putting the film on stage. And I think the what's wonderful about being at the Royal Exchange is it's in the round, and you immediately have to change things up.
Yeah.
So I think we've got a really good balance of nods and the moments people want to see, and a good amount of faithfulness. But then there's been lots of opportunity to do what needs to be done. We have to make all of the audience welcome. We have to be able to move it around, change the formations. So it's really good to kind of do our version of it as well.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I was going to say, because you mentioned obviously that the theatre is in the round there,
Yes.
and the stall seats are basically on the stage. Do we need to declare a splash zone?
Probably. I absolutely. Yeah, I think there probably will be. I'm sure they can, maybe some kind of like waterproof macking. They might be able to get on the way, like a fun fair ride.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen The Rain. I know it's going to be there, and we are definitely splashing around in the choreography. So I don't think anyone will get doused, but yeah, maybe there might be a bit of there'll definitely be a splash zone. We've got those bonquettes that are basically on the stage.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
and that's kind of the joy. The audience are almost on the stage in certain points, so there's opportunity to interact with them a little bit. I think there's moments when we have a fake audience, like with all the kind of all the stars coming out and introduce themselves at the beginning. We can use the audience like they're a real audience of fans as well, which would be quite fun.
I can't wait. And you've mentioned some of the songs, Make 'Em Laugh, Moses Supposes. I mean, it's of course Singin In The Rain. You've got Good Morning. You've got well, in the film version anyway, like this 17-minute Broadway melody as well.
Yeah, that's all there.
Wow.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's got everything, and we've got some new stuff as well. Actually, there's some parts, because it was a film. It wasn't started as a stage show. So there's the structure of it. There isn't necessarily a perfect place to put an interval. So we've got some wonderful new arrangements of I think there's the way it's written. Act 2 can open a bit almost like a play, and I think we've got a nice new opening number, like a bit of a reprise. I don't know how much I'm allowed to give away actually, but Matt's done an amazing job. But
I'm just like, keep talking.
Yeah, because also we have to we haven't got screens. We've got some limitations where we can't bring a screen on, because only some part of the audience will see that. So am I giving away everything? Well, we the silent movie stuff is being performed in our version. We have a silent movie world, so we have a lot of scene changes and stuff that need to happen in the space. Yeah. So we've got more numbers kind of to support that. So it's Singin In The Rain plus extra. So yeah, there's even more. Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful, and there's loads of fun. The silent movie stuff is great to see that being done live. It's really, really a lot of fun. Well, and I'm jealous. I'm not in it, obviously. I'm supposed to be playing. No, because I'm not a film star. Cosmo's he's the musical. He's kind of he's Don Lockwood's best friend. They were a double act when they were kids, and they've grown up together. And then as they've come into the movie business, Cosmo's taken a step back, and he's become the musical arranger and the kind of support for Don. And whereas Don's become the star, but then Don's also kind of maybe got less freedom in his life. So there's that kind of they've got that kind of balance. How do I get onto this? So I
Yeah,
digress.
no,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love it. No,
yeah,
there's never any digression when it comes to
yeah.
musicals, particularly this one.
But I'm the composer essentially. I do the
Yeah.
mood music, and then when I luckily get I get an upgrade. I get a promotion when the talkies came in, which is also true. The sound department in the talkies, they were
Yeah.
not important, and then all of a sudden they became one of the most important roles, and then they got like a massive glow up
Yeah.
when it came into talkies, and they had huge amount of power from that point onwards. I mean, Louis got an absolute marathon because this was made as a film and it was directed, co-directed, and made for Gene Kelly. He is in absolutely everything. You know, they film it, so he never leaves the stage. So to do it actually just in a solid 2 hours all the way
Yeah.
through, it's like me and Louis will do a big fiery duet, and then I'll leave him, and then he's got to literally get quick change to go straight back on for like another bit.
Wow.
It's a real I think we might be setting a record for like most amount of quick changes in the
Wow.
first maybe 10 minutes of a show.
Yeah.
He's I mean it's amazing, and he is amazing as well. They've got the perfect guy to do it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're in for a treat.
Yeah, the whole cast is just it's just
Yeah.
perfectly picked. It's beautiful. So there's so much to this show. So is that if you had to sort of pick one thing that you are most looking forward to about putting this on in Manchester, what do you think it'd be? Or is that just too hard of a question to pick one thing?
Um. Yeah, it's quite tricky. I mean, obviously, I'm gassed, really excited about doing Make Him Laugh.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do that in front of an audience for the first time and see how that lands. But I know Carly really well. I know Louis, and I worked with them both a few times before. So I know other people in the cast and the creative team. It's really wonderful to have like it's a lot of fun. We're just having a really good time. It just feels like a group of friends putting something together. But it's very easy to work with Carly and Louis, especially, which is great because that's the real core of the
Yes.
story,
Yeah.
and we have a lot of fun. So the thing that people are going to enjoy most is already kind of it's not hard work. You know,
Yeah.
if anything, we need to just kind of not laugh too much. Yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
sometimes, but no, it's great. And Carly's hilarious as well, which is great. It's almost like Cosmo's found his fellow clown to kind of help support Don in this story. So
Yeah.
I thought that dynamic is just really quite beautiful. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't wait. I can't wait to have the audience in the round, especially knowing that we can. There's moments where we can interact with them and
Mm.
kind of bring them into the world a little bit because different audience every night. You get different people, you know, so it keeps it alive. It should be great.
Well, I was already absolutely buzzing and excited for this, but honestly, you've just increased that tenfold. So thank you so, so much for talking so passionately about a musical the same way that I feel about it. I'm really excited now. And I'm sure all of Manchester will be as well. So thank you so much. As we've said, you can catch Danny and the whole cast of Singing in the Rain at the Royal Exchange from the 29th of November right through till mid-January. So plenty of opportunity to watch it. Come along and let him make you laugh. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Nice talking to you.